I wonder how many people think that when the end of the world comes, the real one, not the one that's like, some area blows up because of a volcano and 5 or 6 states are wiped out. If Yellowstone blew up and it wiped out 5 or 6 states and covered the U.S. in smoke and ash, that's not the end of the world. I'm talking about like if it starts raining. Scientists found out it was going to start raining this whole solar system with asteroids until the asteroids are going to put out the sun, or it starts raining down in our orbit or something somehow that we can't pass out of an asteroid storm without getting shelled with asteroids. Or even, every year our Earth passes through an asteroid storm for 3 months. Just a constant barrage. As the Earth comes around, you can stand outside and you just see the freaking stones and boulders and freaking island-sized asteroid blowing by through the sky, and it starts lighting up as you're heading into it. And that's how our Earth, we pass through it for 3 months or maybe just a couple days. It's just like every year we get an asteroid storm, just building asteroids the size of buildings. Well, anyway, then the other 360 days, what's going to happen, do you think? I mean, each year it just decimates more and more area, and infrastructure dissipates. I mean, sewers are overflowing because, if they're going to hit, they're going to hit deep. And, sewers ain't that deep. Water ain't that deep. Power system's going to go down. Communication system's going to go down. It'll probably wipe out, electrical. It'll probably knock out dams. It'll knock out military. I mean, the military is not going to be able to do anything. Everybody's going to be just, 360 days till the next 5-day asteroid sweep that we have to, the Earth will pass through. Then, what are people going to be doing? You think they're going to be out helping each other? They know this has happened 2 times, and they know this asteroid storm we're going to have to pass through for 5 days or whatever is going to happen. You think there are going to be people saying, "Oh, yeah, let us give you our food," because where you're going to be just constantly moving. You're going to be trying to find a way to get on the side of the planet when Earth comes around. Everybody will be trying to plot where the planet will be rotated at once the storm starts and where you're going to have to drive to it. And it'll be one giant cluster of everybody. Even if there are some ships and some planes that make it, they'll all be, everything will be free. But I mean, people are going to be all in one side, all just one cluster. And then, they're gonna try to keep on that opposite side of the planet when that asteroid storm hits. And they're just gonna move as a big giant cluster, like a big giant a blister, a human blister on the back side of the planet in darkness, moving away from it'd be in light because it'd probably be darkness. It'd be coming out of darkness, unless it came out from the way of the sun. But the sun would probably the sun might even pull them in. If they come at the sun, they might be out, and then the heat pulls them in, and it focuses them even more. So it might be the dark side of the. Who knows? So that might be the way this planet goes out if it doesn't blow up, or all the sinkholes just one day it just fades in, or all the volcanoes blow at once, which I don't think can happen. I don't know, it might, but I doubt it. But you think people are going to be helping people? They're going to say, "Oh, we all need to get to the other side of the planet." And then once you're there, it's going to be a stampede. I mean, everybody moving at once, cars breaking down. There's going to be, you're going to have you're going to have towns, cities you're going to have to go around, and you're going to try to outrun the daylight or the night. You're going to be driving at what? You're going to have to fly, and everybody, how many people would be on the other side? The rest are just going to get pummeled by freaking asteroid and the dust, and they'll just suffocate. And then the people that make it to the other side and they're just running from daylight or running from the night, they're just going to be it's be a cluster of movement. It's not going to be organized. You can't even get people walking into you can't even get people to drive into a construction zone without being properly aligned. Nobody's practicing anything about disaster or anything. It's just everybody's for themselves. Even now in this peaceful time we have, we get some cold weather, but we get a disaster. Can you imagine? I mean, a real freaking Earth-like disaster. How people? I mean, they don't help each other now, except they might go to the Goodwill and the Goodwill gives coats out or something. But, cooking some cookies to take out to some homeless people, you think that stuff's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to find you'll be lucky if you won't be able to stop to eat. You're going to be running. You'll probably have to starve. There's going to have to be a way. It'll be like helicopters flying all night, which you can't do because you have to refuel. So you're going to have to fly a helicopter, and then but it's going to be for 5 days. You're going to have to fly around the planet in a constant state. Balloons, hot air balloons, but they can't outrun daylight. So even that is, you're going to run out of helium. How are you going to refuel the helium balloons? Or, giant, like the Zeppelin or something. Maybe blimps will be the, they'll have a delis, like a Subway, like a Blimpies on a blimp. And that's how people survive. But for 5 days, they're just eating Subway sandwiches on a blimp, on blimps. Just a massive flotilla of blimps. Because people think, well, we can go on a ship. Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to outrun. I don't even think I don't know how fast you have to go to outrun the sunlight. I mean, you ever heard how fast you have to go to stay on the light side or the dark side of the planet to keep asteroids from destroying you? Anyway.